guys, in this video I'll show you how to install Windows 95, whether it's on actual hardware or if it's in a virtual machine software, because it is abandonware. So the two things you're going to need are a boot disk and the ISO file. If the downloads do not work, just check back in like an hour, I guess. But the other things you actually have to. Alright, so you're gonna need a Windows 95 ISO and a Windows 95 boot disk. You're also gonna need 7-zip. I recommend the one on the bottom. So then what you're gonna do, the reason why I need 7-zip is because you're gonna group right click them, hit 7-zip, then extract files. That's why you need 7-zip. Then hit OK. It's gonna extract the files. It's gonna take like 10 years, but yeah, it's gonna extract the files. How is extracting a file turning my computer fan on? Oh. Whoops. But then open your virtual machine software. Or if you're on an actual PC, then just insert the boot disk and the disk and the CD, and then start the computer. Hit enter, but disk. But create a new virtual machine if you're on a virtual machine software. If you're on VMware, I will install the operating system later. Do Microsoft Windows. Set the version as Windows 95. Then hit next. Name it whatever you want. I'll name it Windows 95, of course. Then hit next. I recommend 2 gigs storage, and then store virtual disk as a single file. Hit next. And that seems good to me. I recommend 2 GB hard disk space, 64 MB of memory. Now, if you're on VMware, make sure that if you go to options, if you go to if you're on VMware, then go to edit virtual machine settings, and then in the processors area, make sure all of these are off. Make sure they're all off. And then you're also going to have to hit, if you're on VirtualBox, then you already have a floppy image. But if you're on VMware, you're going to have to hit add, and then floppy drive, then hit finish. Then use floppy image file, then hit downloads, and then insert the boot disk. Then insert the CD. Insert the IMA. Then start the virtual machine. And then what's it called? And then select your CD-ROM driver. If you're on select your CD-ROM driver. For me, it's the IDE CD-ROM driver, and if you're on VMware, then it's going to be the IDE CD-ROM driver. Then you're going to have to write fdisk, then hit Y, and then enter. Then hit 1, enter, 1, enter, hit Y, enter, then hit escape. And then if you're on VirtualBox, just hit Control. If you're on VMware, hit right Control. Or if you're on VirtualBox, hit right Control. And then if you're on VMware, hit right Control plus Alt. Then reset either your computer or the virtual machine. Then again, select your CD-ROM driver. Then enter in format C:, and then hit enter. Then hit Y unless you actually want to save the storage on your C drive. Then just get another computer. Then hit enter. Now, what you want to do is you actually want to do this. You want to go to your C drive, then type make mkdir, and then Win95 in all caps. Now, what you want to do is make sure your Windows 95 CD is in your computer, and type copy d:/Win95 in all caps, C:/W Win95 in all caps. I'm gonna copy all the files to the C Windows 95 directory. Then go to D, then type setup, then hit enter, then hit continue, hit yes, hit next, just do typical, hit next, then type in a product. I'll type in the product key, which you will also have to do, and I'll see you when I'm done with that. So I just typed in the product key, then type in a name. You can also type in a company if you want, but you don't have to type in a company. Then hit next. If you're on actual hardware, I recommend installing them later. But if you're on a virtual machine software, then select both of these. Now it's gonna check the hardware, and I'll see you when it's done checking my hardware. So it's done analyzing my hardware. Then hit next. Hit no, I do not want to start up disk. And then hit next twice. Then it's copying now it's gonna copy the files, which shouldn't take too long, so I won't skip ahead. Then hit finish, or actually remove the boot disk. Then hit OK. Now, if you run into the Windows protection error, what you want to do is, if you run into the Windows protection error, which if you're on VMware, then you don't need, then you're gonna install Fix95 CPU, and then insert the floppy. Just search up a tutorial if you're confused. But once you're done installing Fix95 CPU, if you need it, of course, hit OK. Then type in a work group. I just type in MS Home. It really does not matter. Then hit close. Then, this is why we copied the files from the CD-ROM to the C directory. So we're gonna hit OK. Then, where it says copy files from D Windows 95, you want to change that to C Windows 95. Then hit OK. Then, now it's going to copy the files, and yeah. Now it's going to set up a bunch of stuff, and I'll see you when it's done with that. Now, select your time zone. I am in Central Time, so I'll select that. Apply, okay. Next. Actually, don't do next. Unless you actually want to install a printer, just hit cancel. Then hit OK. It's gonna restart. It's gonna restart your machine. Then just type in admin. Hit enter and then enter again. Unless you want to set up unless you for some reason want to set up a printer or a password. Do I have sound drivers in here? But there you have it, Windows 95. Now I'll try to connect to the internet. I'll do manual. Oh, never mind. Internet, for whatever reason, doesn't work. But, oh crap. If I helped or you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If none of those apply, if you didn't enjoy or I didn't help, the other button works just fine. And subscribe. And turn on those post notifications, and I'll see you next time.